Moon in mutable sign, which means in your birth chart, your moon is on Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius, or Pisces. To these people, life feels like your body is here, but your heart is somewhere else. And you're gonna spend your whole life to find your heart back. Astrology speaking, moon means home. And sometimes when you want to go home, then you realize that you are at home right now, but it's just a house. The house doesn't make you feel home. We could refer to a lot of celebrity whose moon is in mutable sign or some multiple energy is associated with his moon. Lots of them you don't even need to check their birth chart, such as one of his parents is from another country, or maybe you was born in one country and you grow up in another country, a country like China, so a big area. So maybe you was born in the north, then you grow up in the south. Is quite common in here in Canton. Or maybe family like, okay, we are speaking Cantonese in our family, but maybe some people, one of the parents is speaking Mandarin. And also some people just for no reason, they moved their house a lot. They changed his location a lot. So you can realize that this guy, maybe his moon is in mutable sign. One of the most famous Chinese poets is called Li Bai, and he, as a man, lived in 1,000 years ago in Tang Dynasty. Even we don't have his birthday, so we can still tell that he is the guy whose moon is in mutable sign. The place Li Bai was born wasn't mainland China, actually is somewhere mid-Asia. Then he spent most of his entire life in mainland China, and he can speak many languages. Also, it proved that he is kind of like a foreigner. Most interestingly, he writes a lot of poetry is about the moon and home, so maybe he's the first guy to link it together. Here's the question: if you really miss home that much, why don't you just go home? It's kind of easy, so you don't need to spend so many times travel around China and write a lot of things about home. So I guess maybe home is a concept, is an ideal location, then you can figure out where is it, but you can sure that it's not here, not where you are, not the house you live in, not with your original family. So what he's doing is spend his whole life to find it out. Astrology speaking, moon reveal lots of important information about you, especially your well-being. If your moon doesn't get satisfied, you will feel shit. It will kind of be like a drive to push you to do something, to look for something new. So people whose moon is in mutable sign that usually have a talent to live in another country. Maybe you're really good at foreign language, like me, because my moon is in Pisces. And maybe you're really good at organized things when you're in another country. Or maybe you're really good at understanding people with a totally different cultural background. And you can combine with Chinese face reading if a man or woman has a really high forehead, like me, and especially when the man got a cow-like hair, so here is pretty high, and represented this man or woman is really good at deal with foreign things. It's easy to get reputation and be famous in another country, but also you will be resentful when you stay home or stuck in some place too long. You just want to die. You can guess how bad we feel after the COVID-19 is break out, because the connection is obvious break, and the international connection, and you feel you have to stuck in here. The concept of stuck in here is really painful to the people whose moon is in mutable sign. It's much more painful than the other people. The only thing you can sure is you're not happy here, so you always want to go to somewhere else to connect with the bigger thing. I personally feel like when I stay in an airport, you will realize that the airport is connected to the whole world, and suddenly you will find peaceful. So the point is, what makes you feel home? What makes you feel satisfied and peaceful? I think it's necessary to make something move in your house, like you need some wind blow into your window, then you can get sleep. Or maybe you need some plants, the great nature is in your house, that you feel like connect to the bigger thing. Or maybe you need a really good Wi-Fi because internet is make you connect to the world. And maybe you need a lot of books, because books is connect not only space, it can connect to the whole time. You can talk to, communicate with the people who already died 1,000 years ago all through the history. Or maybe you need a map as decoration, then you can get the whole world just in a small picture. If you live in America or Australia, then you can buy a car house, that your house is your car and you can move wherever you want. Or maybe buy a boat as a house. If you live all alone, it's just fine because you just deal with yourself. But if you want to stay with somebody, it brings a lot of trouble, because the home to you is just an ideal concept, it's not a true thing. Or you can't make a good promise to your partner, then this kind of relationship couldn't end well. So if my client is moon in mutable sign, the first question I would ask is, are you sure you want to get married? Are you really understand what is marriage? But still, lots of people choose to get married. Here is some exception to make things better, like your partner is a foreigner, so it can fixed. Or maybe your partner's moon is also in mutable sign, so the frequency can make you feel match up. It means you can think in the same way or look in the same direction. So this kind of relationship is quite a good relationship. Alright, that's all for today. Hope you get inspired. Thank you.